Tom, the president speaking clearly to a very supportive crowd, more of a campaign rally blasting Republicans than offering any new ideas at this point.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything new at all in this speech. It did seem like more of a pep rally, telling people don't fall for the cynical talk that you hear coming out of Washington. He urged his supporters to remain hopeful, and he says he will remain hopeful as well. Now, he gave this speech against one of the most beautiful backdrops in the Twin Cities, the Lake Harriet bandshell. You can see where he spoke just about 15 minutes ago, where he wrapped up. And if you look just to a little bit left of the bandshell, you will see that thousands of people are still lined up, taking a look at the president and his motorcade. He is still over there shaking hands with supporters and talking to people. These people are trying to soak up as much as they can before the president leaves. But again, Brad, as you mentioned, this speech didn't include anything new. There was no new policy pronouncements of any kind. It was really more of a campaign rally, a pep rally, urging people to talk to their senators and congressmen about raising the minimum wage. He says since he first proposed that last February, 13 states have followed suit, and he hopes that others will as well. But ultimately, he would love to see the federal minimum wage go up, Brad.
And I know, Tom, as we've been talking about for a while now, the Survey USA poll, a new one out with KSTP, showing that 54% of Minnesotans not really supporting the job he's doing in Minnesota. So he's got his work cut out for him in trying to get people on board.
Yeah, the last approval rating poll we did, granted, was in April, but at that point, he was at 36%, the lowest we've ever had him in Survey USA. The Gallup poll nationally has had him at 41 or 42% this week, so his popularity is way down. Not at all unusual in the middle of a president's second term, but certainly it is one of the things he is fighting, the perception that he is a lame duck. These midterm elections coming up are very important, and he is hoping to keep, of course, Democrats in control of the Senate. He sees little hope of them gaining control of the U.S. House, so he knows he's got an uphill climb in his next 2 years. Interestingly enough, Governor Dayton and Senator Klobuchar both spoke prior to the president. Al Franken did not. Al Franken will be locked in a tough re-election bid, and there is some speculation that he's minimizing his exposure and his appearances with the president because of the president's low approval ratings. But he did make an appearance with him this morning at a Minneapolis Workforce Center, so he hasn't totally shied away, but hasn't been as out front and center as you might expect otherwise if the president was more popular.
Yeah, that is certainly very interesting, Tom. You may have no idea, but we're kind of curious. We were kind of a bit caught off guard because he started about 30 minutes earlier than planned. I kind of figure President of the United States is on a pretty rigid, strict schedule here.
Yeah, generally, we're waiting for presidents showing up late, but today he did show up more than 30 minutes early. He's already done. In fact, he finished before his scheduled starting time of 10:50. I think part of that is the fact he just wants to get back to Washington after spending 2 days here. So he did wrap up pretty quickly, and we'll, of course, have full reports coming up throughout the night on 5 Eyewitness News.
2 days, but a total of only about 24 hours or so. Tom Hauser listening to that. We'll check in with you later this afternoon. Tom, thanks.